Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Adam, and this is Pro Courier for Life. If you guys are returning subscribers, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for taking a look at some more of my content. And if you are new to my channel, if you're new to seeing my face, thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you do end up liking my my content, please subscribe. Please like below and please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I am trying to get up to 100 subscribers. So the more people who I can get subscribing, the better it is for this channel. This channel, if you guys haven't seen my other previous videos, the introduction to my channel video, for example, this channel is all about making us better professional couriers. This is really the gripe of this channel. It's really the essence of this channel, is how we can become better professional couriers, better professional delivery persons, and people with real integrity doing real work and delivering food to hungry customers. So thanks guys for joining me. I'm going to get right to the topic. As I noted before, previously in my second video for the channel, I was going to actually have a compilation of videos that would basically provide you guys with tips and tricks about how you can make 1,000 plus a week doing skip the dishes and basically providing food for hungry customers. So I'm going to get right to the first tip or the first trick, and that is tips. TIPS. It doesn't get any more simple than that. Tips are absolutely crucial if you want to be successful in this business. So I'm gonna go to something. I'm gonna point something out really. I'm gonna point something out here for you guys quickly. So the way Skip the Dishes works is we are paid in two different ways. Number one is we are paid through transit pay, obviously, and number two, we are paid through tip or tipping from generous customers. So with respect to transit pay, that will vary anywhere between $3.45 to $5.45 with respect to the delivery fee. And then there is a subsidy added onto that depending on the distance of the restaurant or the distance of the customer. That's provided by Skip the Dishes, and that's added on to the delivery fee, which is paid by the customer. So you have the transit pay and then you have the tip, and that equals the full earnings for the professional courier per order. Now, one of the key things that we as professional couriers and what sort of separates us from some of the amateur drivers is we realize that we presume that without tipping, it's really not worth our time to do the order. Now, that might be obvious to most of us because a lot of us like to cherry pick and we refuse orders that we don't think will make us money. But to be blunt about it, I think sometimes we don't really think about just how important tips really are. And we must remember, well, at least from my perspective, one of the key things is we must always presume that transit pay alone is never enough. I have a theory. My theory is I believe that these gigging apps, whether it be DoorDash, well, let's just stick with Skip the Dishes because this is Canadian content, and we generally use Skip the Dishes here in Canada. So, and that's a professional service that I choose to do contracted work for. So, with Skip the Dishes, I believe that when they developed their formulas for how they would pay their drivers, I believe that they assumed that there would be a tip per order. So they assume that most people, most customers will have the decency to say, okay, this individual, this professional courier, you know, he's taking food that I paid for online from the restaurant to my house. Therefore, I will tip him or her for that work. So there's a presumption there. I really don't think, if you just do transit pay alone, guys, you are not going to be making $700, $800 to $900 to $1,000 a week. So, you really will be wasting your time. Think about it. Let me just go into another point here. Let's say you get a $3.45 order. $3.45 order. and you're going to spend 2 minutes to get to the restaurant. You're going to spend another 3 or 4 minutes to get to the customer. Plus, you might have to wait at the restaurant. Plus, you might have to go into an apartment complex to get to the customer. I mean, the gas, the fact that you have to get out of the car, etc., etc. It just really doesn't become worth it. And then with respect, not only are you not being paid very well, but then you're also being taken off the map. Because remember, guys, is that when we accept an order on Skip the Dishes, we are now not opening ourselves up to other offers or bigger offers. So we're basically taking ourselves away from the algorithm that would assign us orders. And that can really hurt. So when, this is where really cherry picking and patience comes into play. But I want to leave that for a separate video. So I'm just going to stick to tipping right now and just really say that I want to start off this series, this compilation, from the simple perspective that, guys, tipping is absolutely everything. The generosity of customers, a fantastic market, those things really absolutely 100% matter. And if we remove the tips and stick with just the transit pay, we're going to be looking at a very long night. We're going to be looking at a night where we're probably not going to be very happy. I cannot tell you how many times I've received, really trashy transit pay. $4.95, $5.45. I've received a transit pay $3.45, but then there would be a $10 tip. And all of a sudden, what could have been a $3.45 order or offer ended up being like a $14 or $15 offer. And not only that, but because the transit pay wasn't very much, it meant that the distance wasn't very long, which then meant that we were really making profit because we were spending basically no gas to get to the customer. So I know you guys are saying, come on, Adam, I mean, this is obvious stuff. Tipping, I mean, we're not going to accept anything that doesn't involve a tip. But then let me go even deeper. Sometimes we get an offer. And again, this is where the hunch comes into play. We'll get an offer where, and I always say this, the 5+2. The 5+2 is something I've created in my brain to say, okay, well, here is a $5.05 transit pay offer with a $2 tip. And guess what, guys? That does not pay very well. To be frank with you, the transit pay, $5 transit pay, you're usually looking at something like 8, 9, 10 minutes worth of driving. I think even a little bit longer, depending on the traffic. And then depending on the distance to the restaurant. And I've had many cases where I've actually refused offers, even with the tip, because I felt that maybe I could get something better. And at the same time, I just felt that it wasn't really good money. So sometimes, even when you receive a tip, sometimes it feels like it's just not really justifying, it's just not really making the order what you really want it to be. So, I mean, you sort of have to use judgment. Again, it's sort of a separate topic because I want to make a separate video just for cherry picking where we can discuss, what to accept, what to refuse. And I would like to get your input too, guys, about what orders you decide to accept and which ones you decide to refuse. But I'm going to make this video, I'm just going to say for the first tip, for the first trick, guys, do not accept offers that do not tip. Make sure that there's at least some sort of tip, and stay away from these absolutely ridiculous $3.45 offers. Now, I want to give you one example. When I first started out this business as a professional courier for Skip the Dishes, I received an offer for about $6.45, something like that. And what really annoyed me is I went to Wendy's. It was a Wendy's offer in Cambridge, Ontario, and basically I had about 5 or 6 drinks that I needed to take to the customer. Plus, I had about 5 or 6 different Wendy's bags that I also had to take to the customer. It was a lot of stuff. It was a full blown out order. I had to go into the restaurant, take the food, wait for the food, put it into my car, drive to the customer. That was about 11 to 12 minutes worth of driving. Get into the apartment complex, find parking, park the vehicle, go in, actually buzzard to the customer, use a buzzer, get into the doors, and then go up the escalator, elevator. It was a lot of work, man. I'm not exaggerating this. It was a lot of work. And I got to the customer. I had literally his entire family's meal, his kids' meals, all that stuff in the order. And do you guys want to make a guess as to how much he decided to tip me? What do you think? How much do you think he tipped me? $0. It is one of the only orders that I can actually remember that it had an impact on me. I could not believe this professional individual, this person for his, I delivered food for his entire family, and he couldn't even tip me $2, not even $3, nothing, no tip. And so when I look back, that's an example of an offer where I just lost money because I wasted my time to not only my gas, but my time being away from potentially other offers really stung. Now, at that time, I wasn't really aware. I wasn't really thinking, I wasn't really thinking about the fact that the time that I was wasting on that order, I was actually being taken away from an algorithm that could have given me bigger offers. And let me tell you guys something. This is another tip, another trick that I'm going to share with you. If you want to make $1,000 a week, $700 a week, $800 a week, $900 a week, one of the pivotal things is patience. Absolutely, you need to be patient. You need to wait for the right offer. Okay, wait for the right offer. If you see a $3.45 offer, you let that offer expire, and then you wait. Because I've had this happen to me many, many times where an offer will come, a $3.45 offer or something, or even maybe the 5+2 offer, $5.05 transit pay with a $2 tip. And I would say, you know what? It's not a horrible offer, but I want to wait because I think the market is quite busy right now. I think that it's kind of booming. It's blooming a little bit. Let's see if I can get a better offer. And bam! Just like that, I received like a $15 offer, a $12 offer, an $8.50 offer, a $10 offer. I mean, this would happen to me multiple times. So lesson to be learned, guys, is not only to look at the tips and to say, is there a tip or is there not a tip? But also you need to be patient. Let the orders come to you. And now if the market is not that busy, if there aren't a lot of orders, then you can make some decisions. Maybe you will choose an order that maybe you would in many cases reject. But I'm going to tell you something. For the most part in this business, patience is key. If you want to make $1,000 a week, $800 a week, $900 a week, $700 a week, you have to be patient. You have to wait for the big offers. You have to look for the big ballers. And that's really, and look out for the tips. Absolutely look out for the tips. They are absolutely crucial. Don't do what I did. Don't waste your time on these offers that don't really pay very much. And guys, think about what you guys are worth. What is your value? As a professional food delivery person, what is the cost that you are willing to work for in terms of, like, what would you charge people so that you would deliver food to their door? You have to think about your value and what you're worth. I think I'm worth some good money. I use a better bag than what Skip the Dishes provides. I have my own cooler for the drinks. I provide good customer service and respect that I'm very polite. I'm very efficient through traffic. I get to the restaurant very quickly. I get the food very quickly. I take it to the customer very quickly. I'm fast. I'm professional. I'm worth something. And you guys got to think about your value. So yes, I provided a little bit more insight in this video, but I want you guys to remember these 3 things. Tips are huge. Patience is huge, and think about what you guys are worth and what your value is. Those 3 things are going to contribute. Those 3 things are going to contribute and to help you find ways to make $1,000 a week, $800 a week, $700 a week. You guys are going to make money if you follow some of those tips. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I'm going to have a 4th video coming out very shortly, and it's going to be the 2nd part of a compilation that I'm releasing that's going to help you guys learn how you guys can make $1,000+ a week doing food delivery for hungry customers. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Adam, and you are viewing Pro Courier for Life. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day.